Yeah, we've built this production here now to one of the highest producers per hectare within the country. We are producing now about 7,000 to 9,000 trays per hectare, averaging around about 40 tonnes of fruit per hectare, compared with the industry average, which is around about the 4,500 to 5,000 trays for a good orchard. And to top it all off, we're actually getting 75 to 80% of that fruit is being exported. So we just pulled down an old cowshed. We actually live in the cowshed here on the block. The first 6 odd months, way back then there wasn't enough money to go around. We went through the high interest rates in the late 80s. So we needed somewhere to live, and that was our little home. I ran the soil conservation research and development here in Northland for the DSIR from 1980 through to 92, where I retired and come here full time.
After we bought the property, we started with a nursery we called Well Grown Nurseries. We planted shelter belt trees. From there we merged into beautiful New Zealand and planted native trees. From there we planted the orchard. Lindsay used to do the evening work in the nursery. I used to do the day work in the nursery and go to work at the hospital in the evening. Brought up 2 children during that time, and then after 31 years of nursing decided to give it away because this place got too big and we got too busy, and from now I just do the administration work.
Yeah, initially in the 80s, when we first started getting the first lot of crop in it, we found that we were starting to run out of not understanding what was going on with our fruit once it left their gate. So we decided at that stage to get a little bit closer to our exporters, and we started visiting the market and find out actually what they wanted. Since then we visit the Southeast Asia. We've been to Australia last year, we've been to Europe, we've been to Canada, and following our fruit around to make sure that it's the market over there is getting what we actually want. Dwayne is the son. He's come back after being away as he went to Waikato University and got a business and marketing degree. He's our managing director, and he's over there now getting his first taste of what the market's like. And our first production manager has actually just left us 3 months ago after 14 years. But we identified, as I said, 10 years ago that training and skills were an integral part of our operation. We came in and set up what was known as Hortex, which was a joint venture company with Rural Training Solutions. We were looking at structures to grow these fuyu persimmons on. So firstly we got the Tatura structure and developed a pruning process and a training process to fit that. So that's taken quite a while with trial and error to get that working. One of the problems we had is because we are windy here in Northland, it was actually blowing and we were losing the mulch every time it came through. So because we're on a fairly higher clay-based soil, when it got wet it sort of released the pegs and they blew away. So we developed this system of holding the mulch onto the ground. We used to have trolleys and different systems for picking our fruit. As you see, it's about 3.5 metres from the ground, so you need to get up on some sort of ladders. We had a little trolley that we had developed as the first prototype. We modified it to actually do the job as a ladder and a trolley. So, and we made it out of aluminium, very strong. Use it as a platform for doing all of the tree work as well. At the moment we're doing probably about 40,000 trays export, and the orchard with the plantings has a potential to produce up to about 100 to 120,000 trays. So environmentally we treat all the soils differently, and we just don't do it as a blanket fertiliser over the whole area. We all this different. There are 6 types. We've got a little bits of Whorakoa and some of the really yellow clays here as well. So we do actually treat the whole lot separately. We used to get quite wet here, and we used to get it quite puggy, but since we've been using gypsum over the last 5 years, it's solved those problems. We don't actually spray out the clover. We leave that there. That's our nitrogen source for the whole thing. There's a huge market here. We actually there's about 1,000 tonnes sold in New Zealand. Bronwyn's responsibility is going to be to look after the domestic sales, and Dwayne will be shifting more into the export.
I've come back, work on the orchard pretty much, and just do my horticulture degree. I've had a horticulture apprenticeship, which I've hopefully just about finished. I've been quality control in the pack house, but I'm coming back to do this harvest and looking forward to doing quality control.
Enjoy it?
Yes, I do. I love it. I was a dental nurse. I wanted to slip in back into the horticulture. I enjoy working with the family and coming out into the sun.
I feel the lifestyle we get here is really good. I wouldn't give it up, no. It's hard work, but it's still a good lifestyle.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Gets a bit stressed during harvest, and I wasn't going to be here this year after last harvest, but my family have talked me into it and gave me a book.
The secret.
No, not the secret. No, that was how
How not to retire.
How not to retire, yeah. So I think I'm here for the long haul.